ladies, what the mic sound like? Does it sound good? Do I sound terrible? Am I borgy? Give me a one if you can understand what I'm saying over here. Let me see. Let
Your
me
mic sound nice. 1 2 1 2.
Boom. Thank you, Colette. Thank you, Elle. All right. Religion free. Yeah, that's what that says. Religion free is in the building. Hey, Princess Wells. We have Satin Doll, Katina, Discarded Roses. Hey, Miss Hurricane. Bella Goth is here. Pony Bitch is here. Nora Lady, how are you? We got Aquarius Shade. We got some awesome people in here. And somebody in here is actually named Awesome. Ain't that some shit? Hey, Awesome Auntie. Hey, the Riddler. How are you? Now, ladies, do y'all remember hearing when you were in high school about balancing equations, balancing formulas in algebra, in chemistry? Everything must be balanced, right? So, I remember when Mammies was like, back in the day, black men were kings. Black men were the first at everything. They're wonderful. They're warriors. They're all this good shit. Now, that's what they said, and they left it at that. Now that you ladies are leaving, all of a sudden, the new mammies are saying all men are bad. When they were saying that black men were kings, warriors, and they were the first everything, they didn't give credit to all men for the things that they were doing, building, conquering, taking care of their women and children, so on and so forth. It's only when you're leaving that all of a sudden, coincidentally, magically, all men are all of a sudden bad. How that work? Whenever you're losing a war or losing anything that you think you're entitled to, i.e., black women staying in a community, and your strategy isn't working, you go back to the drawing board and try to figure out a way to present your strategy in a different way. Now it's about all men. All of a sudden, my question is this. When you were saying black men were kings and they're amazing, big old dicks and all that good shit, where was your mention of the other groups of men? Because I'm side-eyeing you right now because you didn't have anything to say about other groups of men when black men were supposedly wonderful. Now that black men are being called out, you want all men called out. If you in the Mammy Brigade don't knock it off, sitting up there looking like Trick Daddy with that bullshit, I know something. How dare you sit your Trick Daddy face ass up somewhere talking about all men all of a sudden? Where was that knowledge back in the day? Where was it? You sitting in front of a microphone, sitting in front of computers, your device, typing your ass off about how all of a sudden all men are bad. And you think we don't see you coming? Usually the Trick Daddy face bitch normally got kids by multiple black men or got jilted by some black man or some shit, but she's still hanging on. And then when bitches start leaving, saying, fuck this shit, scrap it, I got to go, Trick Daddy says all men are bad. Aaliyah, what do you think about what I'm saying right now?
Well, you know what I think, the only thing worse than a mammy is a hotel mammy, because she will take kissing the black man's ass to a whole different level than just the basic mammy. She will drape herself in kente cloth and she will drown herself in shea butter while literally hounding other black women into kneeling at the black man's feet simply because she does. No, I don't want to give a brother a chance. Black men are not kings. They are court jesters and peasants. I don't want to hear that all men are bad shit or there's good and bad in every race. or whatever catchphrase these goofy assholes come up with next. We know there's good and bad in every race, but when you can say that 99.9% of y'all niggas are all trash, and most of you have, I think your problems are way bigger than worrying about everybody else's race. We're not going, mammies. We ain't going. You can keep right on falling like Alicia Keys, waiting for the next black man to catch your dumb ass. And keep right on hitting the floor, but we ain't going.
I'm trying to figure out why nobody else sees this neo-mammyism that's happening. All of a sudden, everybody got to be called out when you wasn't calling everybody else men kings and all this shit and talking about their accolades and what they built. That's why I'm side-eyeing you, because I remember those days when black men could do no wrong. What's done in this house stays in this house. Racism, white supremacy, all that good shit. I remember those days. And you bitches had nothing but good to say about black men, even though they were tearing up the community just as much as they're tearing it up now. You got to come, if you want somebody to go for your slimy ass tactics, what you got to do is go ahead and do it both times. Y'all weren't doing that both times. Back then, nobody else was mentioned. You know who you sound like, right? You sound like when y'all get mad at the dominant society, when you say Black Lives Matter, when they say all lives matter, that's what you sound like. It's crazy that you hate that whole concept, but turned around and did the same thing to the black women in your race. Just let it go. Nobody believes you because the train is lopsided. It's not all the way on the tracks. It's leaning to the left. Okay? Stacy.
Well, now, you know that they don't really want, it's not that they want you to leave. It's really that they're scared that they're going to get these ass whippings by themselves. Who's going to keep taking these ass whippings with them? Who's going to keep taking the L's along with them? If we don't stay, they got to take it by themselves.
I'm not interested.
I want this.
Look, I want these Benzino head bitches to shut the fuck up. That's what I want to happen. Hey, don't worry about it, sis. I know that you're desperate. I know that you just want everything to be done in, how other communities are done, but it's not going to happen. It's never happened. There's no promise of it happening or no hope of it happening. You have to stop. Look, don't go back to the drawing board. Don't. Please don't. Because none of that shit is working. People can see you coming 1,000 miles away. I know that you want these men. I know you do. But everybody doesn't. And if y'all don't quit saying divestment is about getting some goddamn white man, I know something. No, it's about putting yourself first. And by default, if you put yourself first, you cannot date these niggers. Ooh, that one was hard. Go ahead, Elle. That was a close one. Go ahead, Elle. It's on you.
You know what I just realized today? That the scene in Baby Boy when Taraji start crying and she realized the nigga don't want to be bothered with her no more. And she like, he don't love me no more. That's how he is with these black men, because they can't accept the fact that the small percentage of us that are divested don't care and don't love they black asses no damn more, and they acting crazy and being irrational, and the women is right along with them.
And when they can't get that attention, it drives them crazy when we sit here saying, I don't give a damn, you can have all of them. It drives them crazy.
We're going to talk about that bitch later on. Taraji got me fucked up. She got me all the way fucked up. Welcome, Ebony. How are you?
Hey, ladies. Hi, DB. How are you doing?
Awesome sauce. What you got?
Good.
What do I have? Do I have anything from mammies? Do I have anything for you?
Did you hear the beginning? Because the beginning.
No.
Okay,
No.
well, we got new mammies. The new mammies, they done put on a pair of hooker boots and said all men are bad. Now you remember back in the day when we was wearing African medallions and dashikis and fist up in the air and learn your history, love your black self, all that shit. That black men were building pyramids, they were kings, they were warriors, they were all that shit. But then when people start calling black men out, all of a sudden, all men are bad. The new mammy is telling you all men are bad, all of them. Just because you're
Okay.
leaving now, all of a sudden, all lives matter. All of a sudden, on you.
All lives matter now, huh? Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. First of all, that's a lie. That all men are bad. There are women who can give you testimony to that truth. All right. All women are not living your life. That's the difference. I don't live your life, boo. My life's pretty damn good. I don't live it. I don't get my head beat. I don't have to look after my kids, making sure their little booty holes are closed. I'm sorry.
Oops.
You don't. You don't. I don't have to bail anybody out of jail. I don't have to look through my man's phone. I don't have to give him any money. You understand me now? Do you understand? Yeah, a bitch like me is living like that. Okay, I don't have to worry about where he's going if he's going on vacation. I don't have to worry about any of that. I don't have
I,
to go to the GYN when he comes back. You,
Oop.
you you see what I'm saying?
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you not beg for these dirty knickknacks? How dare you?
I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with that jaw. I just noticed that jaw is weird. Has he ever had his jaw broke? Because that's not right.
It's the inbreeding.
Eh.
Shit, he looks like Scooby Doo.
He
You
is not a bilateral symmetric person.
okay? Scooby Doo Doo. Look at the jowls. Great
Yep.
Dane. Scooby Dooby Doo.
We're not going. There's a whole bunch of different ways of neo-mammyism. A lot of will say, it's not about the men. It's not about the men. It's about protecting women. But then soon as something goes viral and a woman gets fucked up, all of a sudden they start doing a running man. What happened? What did she say? What you don't know the whole story. Y'all just trying to demonize folks.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I can't do it. Hey, Crystal, are you dusty?
Hi, DZ. I'm
What?
not dusty.
Mm-hmm. Add something.
I'm just listening.
Okay,
Did
I'm
she
gonna
just
remove
wake
you.
up? Did she
Child.
wake up or something?
Welcome to the panelistic. How are you? How you doing, Hunty?
Hi, Daisy.
What's going on, babe?
Look, I haven't heard anything about the Neo mammy.
Well, the neo mammy was something we talked about in Discord very briefly, where the mammies have gone back to the drawing board so that they can try to keep black women in the black community in a different way. In a different way. In other words, going to other communities is not going to save black women as a collective. And I'm trying to figure out who the fuck said that. Nobody said that Iron Man and the Avengers was going to come and save black women. Nobody fucking said that shit.
I thought the
Individ-
whole point of divestment was us saving ourselves.
right.
Mm.
Right.
But wait a minute. This has been said before. This is all they can come up with?
Apparently, it's only about keeping you there.
Oh.
Ignoring all the stats and ignoring what the fuck is going on. Crystal, I'm getting ready to ban your ass from back there. I am. I don't know why you back up here, but I have a suspicion that your name start with K. You feel?
Oh.
Let me go ahead and toss her up out of here. But anyways, yeah, we're not going for that. I'm not here for it. On to this blockhead bitch here. Look, Jussie. Here's the facts. Jussie committed a crime. Jussie went to jail for that. Jussie lied about the whole situation. I have my opinions on the Emmett Till case, and I am not going to share them here. It's a very, very long story. But with that being said, this blockhead person you're looking at right now said that Jussie going to jail reminds her of the Emmett Till case. Now, with the Emmett Till case, there was a 14-year-old boy. Some shit went down, and he ended up getting murdered after the uncle handed him over. We won't talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
This is why nobody hears your cries anymore. You got as hyperbolic as you possibly could. You compared a dude that basically tried to start a race war, right? Lied about it, got caught, and went to jail to somebody murdering a 14-year-old. This is why nobody believes anything that you guys say. This is why y'all turning into the girls that cried wolf. I don't think that she could have came up with any case that was worse to compare this to. Unfortunately for you, mammies, you have to understand that when they go to jail, they have to go to jail. When they commit a crime, they have to go to jail. There's nothing that you can do about it. No, he doesn't deserve house arrest. Do you know what this shit could have turned into? This shit could have turned into Chicago being completely torn to pieces, because y'all already know who lives in Chicago. And it ain't no debutantes that live there. It's people that's real on the edge, real trigger happy, and real Blackistani. This is the most irresponsible thing I've ever heard her say. I've never liked her. She regularly does stuff like this. Do y'all remember when her son got stopped by campus police and she ended up having to apologize to the police because
she lied? Right.
Okay. Aaliyah, jump in, please.
Oh, Taraji. It's always Taraji. She just don't know when to put the goddamn pom-poms down. That's the problem with her. I mean, I guess that bitch thought she was Cookie lying for real. I mean, this is not Empire, Taraji, and you are not Jussie's mother in real life. So stop mammying. Why do these bum hoes keep embarrassing Black women? I mean, how in the hell are you gonna use a case like that in comparison to a fuck nigga staging a fake hate crime and then still want people to take Black people seriously? I don't really think she thought that one through at all. I mean, but I've been stopped listening to her ever since she hopped her ass on national television sounding just like Yvette talking to Jody in real life. You know, I'm not a fan. No, I don't want you Black men. No, I don't see you Black men. No, I don't love you Black men. And I for damn sure don't need you Black men. Taraji lied to y'all. Taraji has played herself her whole career. As a matter of fact, I think I like Sanaa Lathan and Regina Hall way better. So I need for somebody to snatch Taraji's microphone. Please and thank you.
She said that him not being able to do his art because he's locked up, nobody's going to hire him. Bitch, when people go to jail, they don't get hired anywhere. It's only 150 days, and with good behavior, it's going to be 72 days. It just is what it is.
And it's jail. It's not prison. He's not going to do hard time.
Right, and it's Cook County. He's going up there with R. Kelly. They can piss on each other. Who cares?
Why the heck? No, I think R is going to do some hard time. But
and then he's going somewhere full of dudes. I mean, that's what he like, right? I mean, he's gonna be right at home.
I mean, I don't get the hyperbolic stuff, because basically that's going to hurt all people of color, because we know how touchy this nation is after the George Floyd incident. We know what is going on, but this guy made a mockery of Trayvon. He made a mockery of Emmett Till.
Yeah,
she made. I mean, but that's Jussie Smollett and her. They both made a mockery of the entire civil rights situation. And there's a lynching museum in freaking Alabama. You made a mockery of those people's deaths. That's all I got to say.
She used the word lynch, and that was just completely ridiculous. People don't get up from lynchings after 150 days. You stupid ass bitch. Are you fucking serious? But like I said, nobody's going to take these women seriously. The fact of the matter is the men in their community don't take them seriously. These are a bunch of clowns without makeup. It just is what it is. Go ahead, Lipstick. I know you were trying to say something.
Oh, no. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is why people like Taraji and Regina Hall will never be where they could be as far as Hollywood is concerned. And they keep themselves relegated to this type of chitlin circuit because they play these mammy roles, and it's just hurting them. It's not helping them at all.
No. Girl, what Regina Hall say? Shit, I done missed.
Remember when she won that? Was it
Oscar or something, and she got up there talking about her son, and it was crazy.
Oh,
I
don't tell
just
me
felt
her
like she
too.
used her shining moment to talk about her son, who's now deceased, rest in peace. But that was during that time, and I thought that was just like not the right time.
Oh, the one where she said she was glad that he was hurt, that they're able to go there with her or something. That one.
Something about her son. It was right after George Floyd,
Mhm.
and it was nothing about her achievements. It was about that whole situation.
Basically, it's
Oh, okay.
So
spiritual.
now I'm disappointed. Her too. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Black
But
women have been doing this shit for the longest. I don't know how old everybody is that's in the sound of my voice, but honey, do y'all remember how Black women were acting during the OJ trial?
Mhm.
Yes,
Oh, yes,
we're old enough to
ma'am.
remember
They
that. We're
mhm.
old enough, and also remember Clarence. What was his name?
Clarence Tom
Clarence Thomas and what's her
Yes.
face?
Anita
Anita
Hill, he was
Hill. Yeah,
harassing her. He was
yes.
harassing the shit out of
And I
her,
saw
and they
black
didn't believe her.
women. Right, I saw black women trash this woman, and this woman had proof.
Mhm. And I just wanted to say this too. She is going super hard for Jussie Smollett. Right now in Chicago, there's a black woman going to jail because they misfiled her paperwork or some craziness. Also, there's a black woman going to jail because she just wanted to move her child from one school district to another. All things that I think she could have focused her attention on. But you choose this juicy booty nigga. I'm sorry. You choose this person and you're going to turn this story about Emmett Till is getting ran too much. Like no one is hearing this anymore. You're using it too much. It's crying wolf. It's
Anytime a black man
crazy.
breaks a nail, it's all of a sudden Emmett Till. If this motherfucker stubs his toe on an object, they're comparing it to Emmett Till. Y'all, listen, those women do not give a fuck about that community like they pretend like they do, because they would not be trashing and conjuring up cases that have nothing to do with it and don't resemble it at all in order to get what they want out of people. Hashtag free Jussie. Are you serious? His sister done got on my nerves. All them hoes done got on my nerves. Go ahead.
But the thing about it is, black men will they're taking a book from black men. They will use the whole lynching effect to get their way. And so, and Smollett did just literally tried to do it and fake it. Remember when Clarence Thomas was up for the Supreme Court and told everybody he was going through a high-tech lynching?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That was a mammy call. The mammies woke up on that one.
That's the problem. The whole buzzword, the imagery, that shit is played out, and they still don't understand it. It's that the fact that it's played out, okay? And basically, I'm sorry. I think Jussie should have gotten a lot more time for
I
what he
think so
tried
I
to
do
do.
too.
I think so too. Yes.
His black ass should have been in jail for no less. No less. The crazy part is they're saying that was too much. 150 days is too much. Nigga, you caused a whole uproar. You hear me? He caused. Why they didn't give him 5 years is what I
Yep.
want.
5 years.
They had Roland Martin foaming at the mouth. Okay.
Michelle Obama.
Yes, everybody was foaming at the mouth when a brother. Now, if had this been a black woman, nobody would have cared.
Nope.
Okay, Jussie Smollett should have been in prison for at least a year.
Wait a minute. Talking about woman, remember when if y'all old enough to remember when what's her name, Tawana
Brawley.
Yes, remember they said she faked whatever that was.
The lacrosse case.
Didn't they tar and feather her black ass?
Yeah, they did.
What case was that now?
This was the Tawana Brawley case. It was a lacrosse team. It was
that's a different claim. That's a different case.
Are we getting mixed up?
Yeah, the Duke lacrosse team had a stripper come to their party. She was black. Okay. And so she said that they took liberties with her that she did not want.
Right.
The Tawana Brawley case happened when bobblehead from MSNBC, Reverend
Sharpton. But what was her case, Ebony? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was Tawana Brawley's case. with
Tawana Brawley is where they found on the side of the road in a bag, and she was claiming that I think
right.
raped or something like that.
But
And
it
They
wasn't the lacrosse players.
no, it
no,
wasn't the lacrosse. See, you're talking about the Duke lacrosse team.
Yes.
That is a totally separate case, separated by 8 to 10 years.
yep.
So the
Oh,
Tawana Brawley case was in the late 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Al Sharpton kept that shit going and going.
Yeah, he
Tawana
did.
said that some white boys kidnapped her, raped her, and poured feces all over her. What happened was Tawana was out with her boyfriend, came home after curfew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she told this story to her parents, and they called Reverend Al.
Yep. And he made a big deal out of it.
That charlatan.
M. Mitchell, the link is in the chat. It may be full back here, but the link is in the chat, hun. And I'm gonna ask you when you get up here, are you dusty? Just let me know.
But they do this thing where they want to tell everybody, oh, this is like Emmett Till. Oh, it's like the runaway slaves. Oh, people are getting tired of that. No one believes you anymore. And you keep coming with this, and I never see Taraji back black women. And she's
Ever.
never see her back a black woman. But she's always in some nigga's ass crack. What is that about?
I am sorry. The Soul Train Awards, the little bit that I saw, I couldn't take it. When I saw her ass gets up there, oh, we need you, black men. Come back home. I wanted to slap all of that fake ass hair off her head.
And none of them won her.
None of them won her.
None of them won her.
Hold up, y'all. Soup Bone, let me tell you something. I do not mess with y'all, right? And you guys constantly have my name in your mouth. I'm going to ask you very politely to take that case, right? Spit on it and go ahead and just, pleasure yourself with it. This is not some place that you're going to ever see anybody taken up for no dusty over here, up under no circumstances. And see, y'all, this is where this neo-mammyism comes. This is where this comes in, because it's a tricky little area where they try to slide in, and the neo-mammies always let them in to go ahead and have a conversation about some shit that they suggested. No, sir. Also, the link is in the chat if you want some smoke, because Soup Bone, you and your crew need to go sit the fuck down somewhere. Y'all are a group of dusties, right? And y'all are always running y'all mouth about divestment. Nobody ever talks about y'all. Ever. So, yeah. Go live and you talk about Charles Stewart. How about that part? Anyway, go ahead, y'all.
They just always want to just go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why are you here?
We just sat here and talked about a whole bunch of women. Notice he didn't have anything to say about any of the women that was mentioned, not the woman that was trying to put her kid in a different school district because she thought it was better. She ended up getting 5 years for that shit. I remember that case. Exactly. She was just trying to put her child in a better school district. And guess who she was running from to get her kid away from? Blackistan. She wasn't running to a black school. She was running away from it. And they gave her 5 years for forging a document that she submitted to the school to try to get her kid in there. Y'all were absolutely quiet about that. They don't give a fuck about black women, y'all. I don't care what they say. They're going to keep trying to throw all these little cases that's important to them in your face. But hey, when it's you, no fucks are given. Not one fuck is given about anything that happened to you. You can't complain about anything. And this is why this Taraji bitch is on my last piece. Now, not only did you come up and try to go for this goddamn juicy motherfucker, but then you compared it to a case that's supposed to be pivotal in the black community. Y'all are fake and fraudulent, and I can't stand not a fucking one of you. Dead ass.
Side note, was Juicy fucking the Nigerian twins he hired to lynch him?
I believe so. I don't have no proof of that, but I believe so.
And it's so crazy. They didn't get anything. They bust his ass according to what he said or what they told the cops, and they moved on with their life. Boy, and this girl, Taraji's a mess. She needs to stop it, really.
Witches Brew, are you dusty?
Hey, DZ. No, this is Black Widow. I just changed the name on here.
You stay changing your name. What's going on, honey?
No, I wanted to say these mammies, they mammy like it's a full-time job paying six figures with all the fixings.
It
And
is a full-time job because it's hard to defend the indefensible. Dead serious. It's a full-time job trying to make people think that these niggas is something that they're not. And I don't know who they think they convincing. They keep coming back with different angles. What about this? What about this? What about that? I don't give a fuck. Your community, y'all, I saw a video that was sent to me today. Now they praised the bare minimum. Somebody was giving books to boys while they was cutting their hair. And they said that's a good fucking start. I can't do it.
wow.
What? You've had hundreds of years to try to get wealth and protection and provisions and resources for your kids and your community and your women and build something. But somebody hands a child a book, a kid's book, right? Now all of a sudden it's a great start. This is why that community is going absolutely nowhere. How the fuck is that a good start? They are hundreds of years behind. You better get your ass up out of there. Dead serious.
This is
It don't make
And
no
not only that,
sense.
not
this
only
is the
that,
same
DC,
community that says he's a good father if he babysits. So
right, or
it
walk
makes
her to
sense.
school. The other thing I
The
want to
hell
say
are
is
you gonna babysit your own child?
Taraji is in her 40s. Like, I mean, and I'm not
How
trying to
does that
shade
work?
her for her 40s
She's
because
51.
Yeah, and I
she's
was about to say she
51.
out of the 40s.
Oh, I thought she was okay. Okay. But my point is, I'm not trying to shade her because I'm in my 40s also. But for all her mammy and that embarrassing shit she did on the BET Awards, where's her unicorn?
Mm.
He off with the next
She's
one.
engaged. She's another one that's been engaged for a fucking millennia. And you know the story.
No, her
She called that
unicorn was
I
engagement
really
off.
really don't. I
She
don't
called
keep
that
up with them
engagement
like
off
that.
last year or
Oh
the year before
Lord.
last.
no, her
She was
unicorn
engaged.
ran off with
Yeah,
Wow.
Taraji was
one of the
just recently
Kardashians.
engaged.
Mm. M. Mitchell, I see you X for the link. Are you Dusty? Cut your background noise off.
No, ma'am, I am not Dusty.
All right. What's up? What you got? Uh-oh. Something going on. Go ahead and unmute yourself and make sure you're not playing the stream in the background.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I am not Dusty. I am completely divested. I just wanted to say that just listening to your channel has helped me to completely divest. I've been working in the mental health business for so long, and the majority of the people that I deal with are Black men. The claim that they are mentally ill, they can't do it. And I have very few females. And these men, and it's mostly Black men, they come up there and they say, oh, well, these women, y'all got everything, and y'all got everything y'all need, and y'all don't need us. And I'm just like, you know what? I mean, because the things that I hear about, I'm one of the ones that rides out with the police, and I have to put my bulletproof vest on when it comes down to one of my clients. And these clients are 99% Black men. I had a client not too long ago that held his baby mom hostage. And I had to ride out with my bulletproof vest because I live in Georgia, where you live. In DeKalb County, we have the mental health unit. I don't know about any other county in Georgia, but I know in DeKalb, we have the mental health unit. And
Girl,
normally when I have to ride out, it's because of these men. And it just, when I tell you Blackistan is too much, is really too much. My fiance is a doctor out here, and he's white. And, I have my YouTube channel. I decided to just get out of mental health and just start selling jewelry because I feel like it's just too much. I got into this because my mom was mentally ill because of all the things that she went through with Black men. So I got into mental health to try to help other women like me, but I'm seeing more men than women. And it's interesting because the women are the one that have the children, but it's the men that are like, oh my God, I can't do it. I'm passing out. I can't make it. I'm finna die. And I've just never seen anything like it. And I just want to say, not only are they taking over the streets, it's also the mental health situation that we have to deal with as well when it comes down to these so-called men. Because I don't think that the majority of them are mentally ill. I just believe that they see, oh, it's another way out. Let me find this way.
They play victims.
While these women just sit up here and just take it, because I get very few women, because these women have to go out here and just do what they have to do. But these men, they like, oh my God, I can't take it. I can't do it. So I just want to let y'all know they're going through a different way as well. They're going through mental health as well, because I know for the state of Georgia, they lost a lawsuit against the federal judgment, against the federal government, because of the way that they've treated the mentally ill and homeless. So what the men are doing is they're taking advantage of this, not the females, it's the men. And they're getting all this mental health funding, all of it, because we can give you vouchers. It's called the Georgia Housing Voucher. Like, I really do this. I'm not somebody to come up here and just talk. I really do this thing. So it's called the Georgia Housing Voucher, which means you could take it anywhere in the state of Georgia, but you have to be diagnosed as mentally ill. And I see way more men, like about 75% men, 25% women, that are actually taking advantage of this voucher. And all these men do is complain, and it's mostly Black men. All they do is complain about their baby moms because they can't stay with them. That's all they do. And I just want to say it's sad. And Divested Zealot, I really appreciate what you do. Hopefully you know who I am by now. I'm just going to go ahead and bow out gracefully. I just want to say that I do it so much, I can't even go out in my neighborhood because people will recognize who I am. But I love you and I love everything y'all do. Please keep doing that, because these young women out here, they really need to know it and they really need to see it for what it is. And that's all I have to say. God bless.
I appreciate you coming up in Mitchell.
Thank you.
Bye.
She sound emotionally and mentally and psychologically drained from dealing with being in that field, from dealing with them.
It will do it to you. It will do it to you.
Well,
Being around all that shit all the time. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
Well, DZ, you know what I do. So, you know, I can co-sign everything she just said. And I would add another layer to that, because see, she dealt with the mental health aspect of it. I deal with the health aspect of it. She's talking about DeKalb County. I can co-sign that too. I've seen all these motherfuckers' health records. Okay. So yeah, these are some it's fucked up here. It's bad.
Yeah.
And if you're not from here, you really won't understand that.
Aaliyah, is that your name?
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
When you first went into your field, was your goal to, quote unquote, help people, namely Black people?
It wasn't necessarily to help Black people. It was to help improve quality of life for people, period. I wanted to be able to help save lives. That's really what I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to be in the medical field. I didn't want to be an RN because I left nursing school. And so I decided to go into other, forms of health. You got the public health, you got the community outreach workers, because you don't just deal with one group of people. It doesn't matter which field you go into. You're not just going to deal with Black people only. So it wasn't my goal to just help Black people specifically. It was just to help people in need, period, regardless. So,
but the county you work in is Black?
Yeah.
The county, because I live in Atlanta. So the majority of Atlanta, you're either going to be in Fulton or you're going to be in DeKalb. So, so that's really pretty much what it comes down to, unless you're on the outskirts.
Well, I don't live in Georgia, but I can kind of resonate with what she said. Now, when I first went into medical field, I wanted to be a researcher. I didn't. But then, do you know how many people were on my ass? Because what about the hypertension in the Black community? Are you going to do something about that? And I'm like, no, that ain't my thing right now. And it'll probably never be my thing.
Yeah, I've been in research too. I've been in research also. I've been in different aspects of it. I conducted my own research. So, like I said, I kind of understand it. But what she was saying about the mental health thing, yeah, I can definitely co-sign everything that she's saying. And I would even take it a step further because some of that mental health is real because by HIV being so bad and so prevalent here, a lot of people don't know that HIV can cross the blood-brain barrier where it can infect glial cells and start releasing toxins and then start destroying those cells, causing a bunch of severe psychological abnormalities and things like that, which can affect mood. I mean, yeah. So, but it's a real condition. It's HIV-assisted neurocognitive disorder. So it's a legitimate thing, and it can cross the blood-brain barrier, and it can affect mood and all of that other stuff. I'm not trying to get them an excuse. I'm just saying that they wilding out, and if you're not from here, you won't get it. But you have to be here. Like, I had one go off on me the other day for saying absolutely nothing. He got mad just because I didn't say anything, and it's like I was trying to pump my gas, and he was saying something to me, and I just didn't say anything to him, and he got out of his car and just started going off on me, and it's like, I wouldn't even stand out there and do this with you. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna argue with a crack baby for, because what's gonna happen, you're gonna make me put you down out here.
Okay.
And so before that happens, let me get in my car and go home, because it's not that serious to me. I'll get my gas in the morning on my way to work. So that's what I did. But they wild out for no reason whatsoever.
I do believe there is a lot of mental illness out there, but I think a lot of the mental illness that Black men suffer, they're not vets, a lot of them. I mean, so they came from a coddling ass community where basically the women are done with their bullshit. And that can make you depressed if you're used to getting the goodies. Now, I also want to warn, a lot of Black women don't realize this, but you are not picked out at random for violence. They will come in a supermarket, see a whole bunch of white girls around, but that one Black woman who's in the checkout stand, they're going to get hurt because, oh, I'm mad at this bitch. I could probably get away with it. You see what I'm saying? The time is later than you ladies think. Okay.
And the sick thing is, when they act like that, if they actually do something to you, you're going to have Blackers stand mainly and other Black women standing around. Well, what did she do? What did she say? You know how Black women talk. You know their attitudes. You know their mouths. She said something.
They're going to pull out their phones and they are going to record that shit. And nobody's going to call 911. Nobody.
Yeah, and that's what they do. But I literally did not say anything to this man, and that's what pissed him off even more. It's almost as if you're a Black woman, they feel like you are supposed to acknowledge them, you are supposed to talk to them, you have to say something to them regardless. So I mean, and that's literally what he said. It was like, hey, your pussy ass supposed to be Black. And I'm like, okay. He was just, like I said, he was just popping off, and I'm like, okay, well, that's fine, let me get in my car and go. That's my cue to go. And that's what I did.
Well, I live in white homeland, okay? And the ones, they will find you. I didn't know. I was coming out of the post office one day, and some dude was holding the door. I didn't see who was holding the door. Everybody went in the door. But he came and doubled his ass back and found me and said, well, sister, I opened the door for you. You didn't say nothing.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
You are not, ladies, you are not being picked at random. They see a Black female, they see target. So the time is later than you think. You need to stop. You need to leave these guys alone and get away from them at the very least.
Yeah, I agree.
DZ, I'm going to step down and let somebody else get a chance to come up, but thank you for letting me up.
Of course. Thank you for coming up.
And I'll see you guys in the Discord.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the panel, Coco Fit. How are you?
Hey, DZ. Hey, everybody. I'm doing good. How are you, girl?
Hey, Coco.
Hey. Child, this neo-mammyism, I love that term, first of all.
It is, because you know what, though? They're trying different shit, because the race loyalty part is not working anymore. So therefore, they're going to try other shit. They have to, because their job is to mule and to keep you there, to do what Black men need. So they're trying different angles. And one of the angles is basically the whole male species is bad. The fuck you talking about?
Yeah, that's
Neo-mammyism make me want to burn incense, put on the head wrap, and listen to some India Ari.
damn.
Brown skin. You know I love your
Mm.
brown.
Why did I know Elle was gonna break out in the song? Why I do that?
Wow.
So
I
check it
couldn't
out,
help
y'all.
it.
Y'all listen. You guys as men are so ladylike. What's in front of you right now is a story about a man who thought a pregnant woman should give up her seat on the bus so he can have a seat. Did you hear what I said? This man punched her in the face and the stomach because she didn't get her ass up to let him have a seat. Okay? Let's go.
This morning, they're looking for a man who punched a pregnant woman on a bus.
Steve Keeley has these gruesome details. Steve.
Yeah, because she would not give up her seat on the crowded bus to this guy, she gets punched in the face and in the stomach, then pushed into a pole on the bus by this guy. He is 6'2" on top of that. The bus is crowded because it's the overnight and the Market Street line doesn't have a lot of buses running. So that explains why there's no empty seats, and he wants her seat. This 23-year-old pregnant Hispanic woman gets up and gets shoved into this pole, and obviously she's concerned about her pregnancy, and our sources tell us she wanted to check on the condition of her fetus.
Mammies, this is partly your fault because you've let these motherfuckers function as women in your community for God knows how long. You've provided for them. You damn sure protected them. You protected their image. You put good word out for them. You have been treating them like the lady of the hour. Okay? This shit right here is becoming, they're entitled. And they're really confused as to why people are starting to go ahead and let them do whatever they do. Stay your ass away from me. You created this beast. You created this beast. He was already a fucking idiot and an asshole and a weak motherfucker. You took him over beast line because you have treated him like the lady of the hour for the longest. You have men out here gold digging you. You have men out here looking for you to provide dinner, cook, clean, fuck them like a porn star, and all that good shit. And you acquiesced and provided this shit. Now we have pregnant women getting punched in the fucking face because they didn't let the lady of the hour have a seat.
And so she went to Jefferson Hospital. Now, we broke this story first, then put out the inside internal SEPTA police documents and photos. Then SEPTA did it because we put it out when they did not. And then after we tweeted what we obtained from multiple sources within SEPTA, SEPTA then released these photos. And this is the second attack on a pregnant SEPTA rider within 6 months that we broke news about. The prior case in South Philadelphia, SEPTA's police chief urged us to not release it. But a day after we did, the attacker was soon spotted in Camden and captured. The attack yesterday on the Market Street bus was the second on the same bus route over the weekend. A man, too, was also beaten badly and robbed Saturday while he's riding the bus by 3 attackers who ran off at 52nd and Market. The man then rushed to Penn Presbyterian Hospital's emergency room, his face bleeding badly from bad cuts he got in the attack while riding on a...
You now have your answer as to why, DZ, why you talk about mammies all the time? Why? Because they're just as dangerous. The shit that they do and the shit they believe in is getting other people fucked up. It doesn't matter if you divested or not. This motherfucking naker ain't gonna know that you divested. If he wants your seat, he gonna punch your divested ass in the face. The shit that the mammies are doing is fucking up everybody. Everybody. It's on you, Stacey.
Well, I guess if he had a job or if he was,
He's homeless, by the way.
no,
Job my ass.
right, because they say if he had a job or maybe if we had new legislation, maybe he wouldn't be this way when we know that's a goddamn lie. That they, just like the other young lady mentioned earlier, I hate the mental illness thing. I know it's real. And I understand there are people who do suffer with mental illness. But I know these damn juicy booty ninjas, they take anything and use it. And they will prey on that. And they will say that they have mental illness just not to participate as a citizen in society. But they will definitely go around smearing shit on women, punching them in the face, beating them up, and
dismembering them, killing the
exactly.
kids,
Yeah.
Well,
sexually assaulting them.
I'm sorry, but I think mental illness situation only goes so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it's not like, unless you are having a psychotic episode, which means you don't know what the hell you're doing, you don't know what the hell you're seeing or hearing. Unless you're having a psychotic episode, you really still don't have an excuse. I mean, I'm sorry.
Mental
Everybody in
illness is not an
Blackistan,
excuse for them. Mental illness is not an excuse for them. It's never been an excuse for
it's
them.
never been, but they will use it.
They'll try to
Of
use
course they will. Of
Yes,
course they
they will
will.
use
But
it.
no,
They
as
will
far
use
as
it.
what the other young lady that called in was saying, I can see why she got out of that field.
Yes,
That's the only reason I brought that up, because I know exactly what she was talking about. I could feel her in that moment because
I
I
saw
seen
it.
it. So
I
yeah.
saw 'em. I see black men in the emergency room. I see them on the mental wards. Then all of a sudden, they're not psychotic when you walk in. Okay. So, yes, there's a lot of mental illness, but a lot of that mental illness for the men is caused by the fact that they have a sense of entitlement that they are raised in. Shit, I was mentally ill in Blackistan. Damn. That's why I had to get out. I mean, really, it's bizarro world.
Well, the
There's
thing is,
nothing good about it.
with mental illness, the reason that they can't use it is because there's a lot of mentally ill people that doesn't harm people. They don't fuck with nobody. They introverts. They take their meds
Exactly.
and they go somewhere. So anything can be used as an excuse for these motherfuckers. They just, they see where your soft spots are and say, oh, okay, you feel sorry for mentally ill people? Okay, well, guess what, bitch? I'm mentally ill. Give me your goddamn purse, and while you at it, turn over and give me some of that pussy. Period.
And while you're at it, let me knife your ass to death and get your car. I mean, seriously, a psychotic person couldn't do that. They have disordered thoughts. They can't do that. They can't plan things out like that. Now, a lot of people mistake mental illness with true personality disorders, and I do believe a lot of these mofos have personality disorders. They're either antisocial, borderline, okay, or histrionic. A lot of them are just narcissistic as hell, but that is what they have come to understand that the world should give them. So when Jussie goes out and fakes a lynching, right? He perfectly thought that he was going to start all this stuff and he was going to be felt sorry. They want your sympathy.
Yeah.
They want your sympathy desperately, because then they keep getting over.
That's true.
But my thing is, how do you want the sympathy? We just had a crazy person of the male persuasion come from DC to New York and started shooting people. He killed a few people and he went back to DC. Now, my thing is, what sympathy do you deserve for that? For shooting homeless people on the street? What are you doing? But this is the stuff we're dealing with. And I can't even understand how these mammies would come up with the excuse that all men are bad. We're talking about your men.
I've been hearing that in a lot of spaces, and it's just very disappointing, because the reason that it's disappointing is because you didn't do that all men are bad shit when you were talking about how good black men were. You were talking about black men were wonderful. You didn't say some. You didn't say, oh, check it out, baby sis. There's also some bad black men. I know I call black men kings. I know I say that they're awesome, but you got to remember there's also some bad ones. Y'all bitches didn't say that. You just said black men were kings. Black men were beautiful, nice chocolate, big dick, all this extra shit. You only got interested in all men when other women were going to those races of men. And that's why I know the shit is disingenuous. It's disingenuous as fuck.
It's a deflection tactic. It's a way to still keep divested women down. Because if you go out and say, well, all men are bad, then basically they're not even going to open up those freaking options that they have, will they? If all men are bad.
And truthfully, this is why the mammy brigade is the worst. you know, you claim that as a Black woman, you want the best for Black women, but you over here trying to dissuade them from getting better or going to something that's better for them, just because you don't want to see them move forward. Like, I don't understand it. I Black the
A
mammy brigade is
troll, a troll,
Oh, here we go.
a troll. Here we go. Named Black Lives Matter. Oh, how unique. So, know what I'm saying? Mayonnaise melanin deficient individuals get the mental health excuse, but our men don't. You are perpetuating, know what I'm saying, double standards and white supremacy. Know what I'm saying, sister? I don't know what you are. I don't know if you a man, woman, but I do know that you're dusty. Okay, I do know that. Why on earth would you want anybody that harms somebody in your family, anybody you know, anybody you care about to get an excuse of mental health? I don't give a fuck what they look like. Honey,
See,
go ahead, because I'm getting ready to go all the way in.
this is what I can't stand about a lot of Black people. They don't know how to compartmentalize or separate certain issues. You know, that's what I mean. So we're gonna start talking about perpetuating white supremacy and giving white men an excuse. So just because we're not taking bullshit from Black men and letting them blame that on being mentally ill, that means that we're perpetuating double standards now, as if all white men get to use the mental ill case. I mean, is that what they're saying? It's like they jump from A to Z. There is no in between for a lot of Black people. And I just don't understand why that is.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Even Jeffrey Dahmer admitted what he did.
Girl, they not ready for that part. All they want is to know that you're going to allow any excuse. Shit, they gonna say, well, that man was a Virgo. You know how Virgos is, any fucking excuse to be able to get away with something. That's all they want. They want these.
No, DZ, his baby mama would not let him see the kids.
He don't want to see them fucking kids. They full of shit. He can't stand his kids.
Basically, he's saying, why y'all not trying to let me lie? Why y'all not trying to let us lie some more? Why you trying to pull the sheet off people's eyes and let them see what we really are, the shit bags that they really are?
I suspect that's a mammy, because that our men part, they ain't my men. They your men.
They're not mine either. I'll throw that shit in the trash.
You can have it, Black Lives Matter. Go out there. Oh, I'll tell you what you can do. Go out there, let one leave you with a bastard, right? Give you an STD. Don't pay child support for said bastard. Also, make sure you do some marches and you look out for his image. Provide for him. Don't be trying to feed him chicken every night. Every now and then, get a little steak going. You know, be submissive. Don't talk out of turn. Make sure you're his piece. Breathe life into this motherfucker. That's what you can go do. That's what you can do.
You just made me nauseated.
Because I can't do this. Racy subjects, welcome to the panel. How are you?
Hi, DZ. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hello. Oh, great! Because I have these headphones. I don't want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So yes, I'm surprised you didn't ask me whether I was dusty, and I want to get ahead of that and say I'm not dusty at all. So, oh my God. So you guys, I live in the Chicagoland area, and the Jussie Smollett bullshit is so annoying. So a friend of mine who I greatly admire, a Black woman who has been advocating her ass off for the past 3 years in Chicago for advocating for the Black community in Chicago, sent me a post about a protest that was going to happen downtown Chicago for Jussie Smollett.
Please don't tell me they're getting ready to protest. Please don't tell. Oh, mammies, order you some marching boots off of Amazon and make sure they got a steel toe, because you're going to be out there for a minute. Jussie will be back the fuck out of jail by the time you're done with that, you stupid bird brain bobble-headed bitch.
So it's like I cannot fathom it. Okay, why any black woman will waste her time protesting for Jussie Smollett, or however the hell
because
you
they
say his name.
ignorant, Racy. It's Juicy. He gonna be Juicy from here on out, and they are literally remedial. You have to be. How many times you got to get the shit smacked in your face? I guess we ought to call the homeless dude to see if he can't, the one with the shit on his hand, and instead of rubbing shit in your face, rub the facts in your face. Maybe you'll get it then. I didn't hear them talking about him either, but go ahead.
Yeah, you know, so to put things further in perspective, everyone, okay, I follow the homicide tracker that the Chicago Sun-Times publishes every day. And as it stands, since the year started, 2022, we have had 102 homicides in the city of Chicago. Not talking about greater Chicago, just within the city limits. Okay. Most of those murders, a grand majority of those murders, have taken place on the south and west side of the city, which are predominantly Black neighborhoods. Okay. Out of the 102 victims that have been murdered so far in Chicago, guess how many are Black? 77. 77 out of 102 were Black people. And we're out here talking about protesting for some fucking Jussie Smollett. Are you fucking serious?
They dead serious. That's what the problem is. They're dead fucking serious. And I'm sure it's going to get coverage. Hopefully people, when he gets out of jail, don't even hire him for parts. Yeah, I said it, because I don't want somebody as dishonest as him around my shit. I don't want to see him anymore. He need to go ahead and live with his sister, since she think he should get out of jail too, and ride off into the sunset. And his brother is full of shit as well. That entire family need to knock this the fuck off. They really do.
Yeah,
Anyway,
they're all delusional. They're all delusional. And the last thing I want to say is about Mr. Crazy in Philadelphia that punched a pregnant woman in the face because she wouldn't dare give up her seat on the bus. When we think back to Claudette Cole, who risked her freedom and her very life not to give up her seat to a white person, and that kicked off the civil rights era. A Black teenage girl stood in the face of white supremacy. The amount of courage that took, and then later Rosa Parks. When you think about that those women had the courage and bravery to stand up against the face of white supremacy for themselves.
I think
and
Rosa
for our
Parks
people.
should have kept sitting the fuck down. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Black women should have got in any of that shit. The civil rights movement was Black males divested movement, and Black women should have sat the shit out. But carry on.
Yo, you're right. You're right. The more I learn about it, the more I think you're 100% right. And then let's not forget what happened so many years later when Rosa Parks met her demise. Who burned down her house?
Well, who was paying
Wasn't
her
it her
rent?
grandson?
The CEO of Little Caesars was paying her rent. She didn't have money for her fucking bills. So
yeah,
the white man was paying Rosa Parks' bills. Look it up.
Oh, you
Yeah,
talking?
and the
She's
person
talking about the burning the house down. You getting her mixed up with Betty Shabazz, Malcolm X's wife, and her grandson burned her house down.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't mix that up. So, but still, it's like, yes, this is how her life, when she reached the sunset of her life, she was impoverished. Betty Shabazz's grandson burning down her house. I mean, and now we're here in 2022 and we have a Negro punching a woman in the face on a bus because she won't give up her seat. What the hell did we do all that shit for?
I don't know. Black women should have sat the shit out, because it didn't get you anything. Absolutely nothing. What it got you was a bunch of men that can't stand you and always throwing other women up in your face, right? They're not building anything for you nor protecting you. I'm trying to figure out, other than being able to live in different neighborhoods, what Black women themselves got out of fighting for Black men, because Black men wanted sexual access to the rest of these women. That's all that was about. That's all. They wanted it legally. They wanted to be able to shack up legally. Y'all remember those Jet Magazine motherfucking photos? That's what they wanted. They didn't want anything for you. After the fight was done, they pretty much gave you a salute, told you did good, and told you to get the fuck out of their face. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pound sign. Are you Dusty? Hello. Going once, going twice, and then the ban button is happening. All right, let me go ahead and get you from up here. Indiana mom, are you Dusty?
Of course not. I've been on before. I am the rocker mom from high school that was divested in
Hey,
1985.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
Well, I know I love to talk about my husband, but I have something about this negativity between Black men and the way they treat us Black women, excuse me, has gone on for many, many, many decades. And it's actually a personal thing with me, with my own grandmother. Um, my grandmother was born in 1927. She had my mother prematurely in 1944, and she was not supposed to live, but she did. Um, in 1963, before my sister and I were even thought of, my grandmother almost died at the hands of my own grandfather. Um,
Not surprised.
um, my sister was born in 69. I was born in 71. And by then they were divorced, but he didn't live, 5-10 minutes away. And we spent time with him. He was good to us. He spoiled us. He spoiled my mom when she was growing up, so on and so forth. But my sister and I had no clue. We thought he was like the best man in the world, and yes, I think at the time, just because of her age and how she grew up, my grandmother was probably most definitely a mammy because
Mhm.
she didn't know any better. Um, but and I don't hold that against her. But when I was 30.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Dropped off. Hold on a second. Um, the consultant, are you Dusty? The consultant, you've been waiting for a minute. Are
Yeah,
you
I was
Dusty?
in the chat. I'm sorry. No, I'm not Dusty. Are you able to hear me well?
It's bubbling a little bit, but we can hear you.
I don't know why that always happens, and I'm on I'm using my AirPods, whatever you call them.
Okay, what you
Hi,
got to add? No, I was just asking what you got to add.
Well, it's kind of along the line of what the last caller was saying. So, in short, my mom is a mammy, and my dad is a little dusty, right? He's a sweetheart, but he's a little dusty. My grandmother was also a mammy, and she had a dusty husband, and I could say that with like the full sense of the word, extremely dusty, down to sexual harassment when it came down to my grandmother's children, i.e., my mom.
The majority of us know dusty ass folk, and we all have dusty folks in our family. And some of them, you'll see them acting right for a second, but that doesn't make them a unicorn. That's the part that I have an issue with. That doesn't make them a unicorn because when you were 16, he bought your car. When you were 16, he also broke your mother's jaw type shit. So I don't know where they get these unicorns from. That one that you think is a unicorn, 9 times out of 10, there's a woman on this planet that thinks he's dusty as fuck. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
And then what you got to add to on the subject?
Yeah. So I had a question for you in terms of my mom and I have always been close. And so I'm wondering if you have any consideration or guidance regarding her still keeping that. She kind of has like this Pan-African mentality, this hope for Black love. And okay, I won't say Black love, but for Black unity, right? She's got this hope for that. And I'm trying to what you call break generational cycles. I've been through it in terms of my own like Black love, Black loyalty, race loyalty, as they call it. I've been there. I just started breaking out of that, just where I could say now I'm old.
And that's as far as it's gonna go. The consultant, dead serious, because you can do nothing about a mammy. They have to make their own choice to stop thinking like that, to see another way, if they hear another perspective and they shun that shit, there's nothing that you can do about it. All you can do is divest your pretty little self. They gonna mammy if they want to. A lot of these mammies that are currently mammying and mammying hard, they know good and fucking well they shouldn't be doing that shit, but they're going to do it because they want to.
Yeah, because I've been back and forth with her many times. She watched some of the same people I watch on YouTube. And it's like, you have the information, you know what time you not only have information, but you have personal experience, okay, like firsthand experience. But you
let her
still
keep
talking about this
mammying.
pro-Africa, pro-black type of this. You know, I'll let her do it, but I'm just trying to say that it has actually affected our relationship at this point. I mean, I can let her live, you know what I mean?
Of course
but it's
it
just
has.
like, we can't even relate, like,
and that's
it's hard.
okay. That's okay. You can't revert back to mammying just because it's going to affect your relationship with somebody that you care about. You can't do it. So think about it though. She's not willing to budge into divestment, and she knows this whole situation is taking effect on your relationship. So don't find yourself making a concession for somebody that ain't making one for you. It's about reciprocity around this bitch. If she see your relationship
like, why would you want me
suffering,
back in that? Why would you want me in a spot where it's like, I'm taking on a risk of a potential Dusty? Just like, you understand, like, why would you even want me exposed to that?
because I got an answer for you. It's because mammies don't give a fuck about themselves, and what you're expecting is them to care about you more than they care about themselves. So if they gonna put themselves in a line of fire, you don't stand a fucking chance. That's why I don't have mammies as friends. Because when that motherfucking nigga comes to stomp her brains out, if I happen to be sitting next to my friend, my brain is in danger. So I, let them do what they do. If she's putting herself in front of a line of fire, you just go run for cover. That's all you can do.
Oh my goodness. Well, unfortunately, there wasn't violence with my father. There was with her stepfather, but not with my dad. But nonetheless, you never know what you open the door to when you even keep communication and share space with those particular men. You don't know what you're going to be.
Your mic is messing up, babe. It's like bubbly as hell.
All right, let me let you go. I was going to share a funny story, but am I still breaking up?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll call back on your next live. But thank you, DZ.
Thank you for coming up. Pound mammy or whatever the hell this shit says. Are you Dusty?
Yep.
Wonderful. Why are you up here?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Did you just say that you were Dusty?
I'm not Dusty. I'm a mammy.
Okay. Why are you
and
here?
you're proud of that? You're proud of that?
Why
Why wouldn't I be? I'm a black woman. I'm proud of my black men.
So you're proud to be a mammy? Okay.
Anything else? Because you're gonna have to go ahead and mammy somewhere else. Just trying to let you get, the boot off your chest, say what you got to say, and then you can go rub one out because this is clearly sexually satisfying you. So anything else?
Oh, not sexually satisfying. Not at all.
Okay, so you are very, very slow. This bitch is stupid.
Girl. Ain't she the one that called last week that was acting retarded? I think that was her.
It might be.
No, this is my first time here.
No, it's not like you.
She thought she called, but there is no black man on this panel, so nobody.
I know beautiful black women, and I'm just wanting to explain.
So we don't need to hear your what this is your sex operator voice you're trying to put on, like
sex operator. Oh my
what
God.
the fuck? You should
no, I just
sound orgasmic in the baby. We don't want to hear that shit. Like, come on now, you ain't gonna do all that.
Were you coming up because? Hold on. Were you coming up because we were talking about mental health? Because you're clearly mentally ill. So did you need some resources or anything to get that squared away?
Well, I am mentally ill. I am diagnosed.
Oh, I know, baby girl. I know it.
Oh,
do me a favor
and
don't.
Self-aware. That's good. You're self-aware. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. I think we need to protect our black men because they're a part of us. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here.
I think we need to protect our black men.
Now, can I
the fuck out of here.
Miss Mammy. Miss Mammy, can I say something to you about that? First of all, do you realize and understand that the nature of male and female even in the animal kingdom, the male species is supposed to protect the woman. Every other culture in the human race protects their women except Black men. Why the fuck do you think that we need to sit up here and protect Black men for? You're a fool, girl. You need to get your head examined, take whatever medication you forgot to take this morning, because I'm tired. You sit up here talking all this shit in the back channel, talking about we need to protect Black men and all that kind of stuff. You can miss me with that. If you want to go ahead and cape and catch rubber bullets for people and get your ass knocked out from one end of the street to the next by these nakers, you can go ahead, be my guest. But me and the other women on the panel and in this audience, we're not going to do that. So can you please see yourself somewhere else? Kevin Samuels, I'm sure, is live. Go to his channel, because he'll appreciate that caping. Maybe he won't. He might drag your ass. So just go over there. I'm not
There's also some fake divestors that you can get away with that shit with.
Right,
They said that there's some not all type motherfuckers out there, people that still crave black shit log and all that kind of stuff. I just get intrigued as to why here.
Well, I was watching Red Supreme, and this was recommended.
Bye, girl.
Wow.
Bye.
So
Wow.
check this out too.
Wow.
Have a nice evening, ma'am. Please, because
Thank
you're
you.
derailing
Y'all
the
too.
conversation. I mean, why are you up here? Why are you derailing the conversation? Like, why? Why are you
Girl,
coming up
and she full of
I'm
shit
not.
anyway.
Y'all said to
She
call
full of
up.
shit anyway. She full of shit talking about, oh,
Yes,
this
she
is recommended. But as soon as you hit that button and you heard us talk for a few minutes, you knew you was in the wrong motherfucking place.
No,
This
I'm in
is
the right place. Y'all are entertaining, and he said call up, so I wanted to call up.
Y'all are entertaining, and you said call up. And I was, girl, no men are up here. No men are up here. You don't have
I
to.
know it's women.
Yeah,
I'm a
quit talking
woman.
sexy to us. Don't nobody
Exactly.
want none of that shit.
Exactly. What? This whole playing herself for real. Like, we don't want to hear that shit.
Exactly. Goodbye, ma'am.
Take your mammy ass somewhere else,
Bye,
girl. I'm not
Janine.
hear that
Where
shit.
else can I
Bye-bye.
go?
To hell.
This is Sparta!
Yes, ma'am. Get your ass out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
She
I
talking
don't
about where the
fuck
hell
with
can I go?
you.
Shit, you can go to
Oh,
hell.
my
Start there, motherfucker.
You little stupid ass bitch. I ain't fucking with you.
See,
You little dumb ass bitch. I ain't fucking with you.
I told y'all, man, the mammies are crazy as fuck. She
DZ,
came up here. What's up, babe?
Easy, did you see what she said in the back channel? She was saying, protect our men and sons so we can continue our race. Why would we want to kill out our race of people? Bitch, you've been killing like 11,000 of them motherfuckers died last year in gun violence alone.
There she go right there, y'all. I told y'all these trick daddy ass face bitches be on some crazy shit. These trick daddy faced ass mammies be on some crazy shit. I don't know what type of edible she on. I don't know what type of shit log she got. Maybe it's like Aaliyah said, with it breaking the blood-brain barrier and all that good shit. Because that girl is slow. She's done. I can guarantee you that this should be your new profile pic, pound mammy, because I think it's appropriate, because that's your whole personality. Your entire personality coming up here saying Pink Supreme name and all kind of shit. You was violating all kind of rules around this bitch. But guess what? You're going to be all right, Trick Daddy. I promise you. April's Will, are you dusty?
No, I'm not. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for having me. So
of course, what you got?
I wanted to add the mental health piece. I would say I'm a former mammy. My mom was a mammy, generational grandmother mammy. And I think it's just the way they was, I guess, raised or whatever.
Well,
And
good job for not being a mammy anymore. Most Black women used to be mammies. And thank you, Ms. to the max. I appreciate you. Thank you for being around from day one. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I woke up after the pain of the relationships that I had with Black men. It was just like, damn, what the hell is going on? I felt like I was doing all the right things, but I just kept
There's
getting
no
the same
such
result.
thing as right things when it comes down to them. The fact that you have a pulse and you're a Black woman, that automatically means that you can't do anything right in the Black community.
Exactly. And it took me a long time to really just accept that. But the irony, I guess the heartbreaking part for me was that I had already had a son with a Dusty. And so now I have to raise my son to try to make sure he doesn't become one. But that seems like almost impossible because the culture is already set, right? So I worry about that as a mother, that he's going to just become like his dad, and there's not going to be anything I could do about it. So
You have to be okay with that, April. You have to be okay with that. Do the best you can and is raising him. But once your time is up, let your time be up and put yourself first. Hopefully he doesn't turn out like his daddy. But if he does, know that you can still divest from that bullshit too.
Yeah.
He's his own person once he becomes an adult. And whatever he does from that point on, you gave him all the tools he needed, and he's responsible for himself. I want more Black women to understand that just because you have a son, you're not tied to their niggerish shit, especially if you know you did all what you can do.
Right.
You can let him go where he goes, wash your hands, and live your life and be okay. Because a lot of women tend to think that if they have a Black son, that you're infinitely tied to the Blackistani mental.
It's funny though that Black women with Black sons feel that way, because when their sons turn 18, they don't mind divesting from your ass in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and I've
in a
seen the
heartbeat.
reverse. I've seen that where like my friends' sons, they divest and they marry out of the culture. Even my brother, like, he was out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we haven't even heard, like, we barely talked to him. He divested the shit. I mean, like, he gone. So
They
you're
divest
right.
quick as soon as especially if they're able to make anything out of themselves. Honey, they gonna divest from your ass quickly and then come back and troll you with all their brand new talking points that they learned from the world and expect for you to love them anyway because that's your son. So you could divest from his ass too.
Yeah, I guess I just have to prepare my heart for that. Like, hey, I did my best, like you said, and so I do have them in like counseling, and just to kind of, I guess, give him a different perspective on the path he can take. But there's no guarantee. So
no,
because the
absolutely
culture
not.
is strong, it is so strong.
And if he does turn out bad, please know that Blackistan is going to blame you and you alone. Okay, that's just how they do. Everything is your fault. The ozone holes, that's your fault. The fact that we had snow this past week, that's also your fault. Okay, please know that.
Yeah.
And you got to be okay with telling them kiss your ass and walk away from it.
Yeah.
Because you're not responsible for that. You really can't be if they set the environment to be constantly detrimental. It's just horrible. It's horrible. It doesn't leave any. It's like you can't win at all as a Black woman.
I
You
agree.
cannot win. So just know that you doing what you're supposed to do, and that's all you can do.
Yeah. One and done. I learned my lesson the first time.
Good shit. Good shit.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Of course. If Kyra, if you still down there, throw the link in the chat for me. I see a few people asking for it. Nori lady, are you dusty? Nori lady, are you there? And are you
I'm
dusty?
here. I'm sorry.
It's all good. What you got to add to the subject matter at hand?
Oh my God. I just wanted to say no, I'm not dusty. And
Wonderful.
I just yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. I just came up here to just show my appreciation. I've been watching you for some time. I've been watching you for some time now, and I just want to tell you that you are necessary to Black women.
Well, that's what's up. I'm glad you appreciate it. And please know I appreciate y'all just as much as you appreciate me. And that's just the facts. That's the fact.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely felt like a lot of Black women in this BWE space, even though they say they're not mammies anymore, I feel like
they mammying. They mammying hard.
They definitely mammies. I feel like they're trying to walk this tightrope of, yeah, we understand our men are effed up, but it's the white man's fault. They're the reason why they made them this way.
Here's the deal. I have a wonderful, wonderful person that I'm subscribed to that's actually in the comment section right now. And earlier today, she said something that I completely agree with. She was like, whenever these people in the BWE space that call us extreme, whenever they get, their asses handed to them by some Black dude, some fucking where, they end up coming up under us looking for protection and that so-called extreme rhetoric when they get their shit split. And I agree with that 150%. Every time you get your motherfucking shit split, here you come talking about, yeah, they ain't shit. Yeah, no, baby, you got to be able to say that shit on a good day, after a bubble bath, after dinner, when you watching your shit on your DVR. You got to be able to say that every day, because it's true every single day. Just because you stayed in your house all day and didn't see some nigga acting a fucking fool don't mean that they ain't acting a fool that day. Period. Let me. Oh, there she is. Hey, Indiana mom. I don't know what happened there. Welcome back.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry.
I don't know what happened there. You kind of just dropped the fuck off.
That's okay. That's okay. I've been listening, and you ladies are just hitting my heart. You really are.
Well,
like I said, in 1963, my mom was 19 years old, and she was in college, and she held this back from my older sister and I. When we found out, I was 30. Crystal, my sister, she was 32, and my grandfather had passed away probably 4 months before that. And we were sitting in our den, just chilling, and my grandma said, I have to tell you guys something.
Oh, shit.
And me and my sister were like, okay. And we're thinking something about her health, you know? We were a little bit worried. And she said, your mother already knows this. Your mother was there. And we're just like, okay, car accident? And out of respect, because Granny was the boss man, you know? And so we just waited. And
I'm waiting too. I'm on the edge. Like, what Grammy say? What did she say?
She said, I know you love Grandpa Cooper, and he's treated you and your sister and your mom like gold. I mean, he put us through college. He bought us cars. He did everything for us.
Mm-hmm.
She said in 1963, when my mom was 19 and had moved out of the house, Grandma and Grandpa had downsized. They sold their house and they downsized.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a police officer, a white police officer, that had moved into the hood, and he was actually part of the neighborhood. They loved him.
Girl,
he
what
was
your grandma say? What she say? I'm so anxious. What
I'm
she
sorry.
say?
I'm sorry. My grandmother and his wife had become really, really close friends, and they would have coffee together every morning and so on and so forth. And one year, it was his birthday, and
Whose birthday?
the officer, the white police officer that lived across the street from them.
Thank you,
And
Miss Young. I appreciate you. Dang,
and
Young.
my grandmother wanted to knit a sweater for him for his birthday. And so she's knitting this sweater. She gives it to him for his birthday.
Indiana mom, what did your grandma say?
He slept with the white woman.
No.
I'm trying to get her there, but she telling us the paint on the wall was drying and all that shit.
I'm sorry, but my grandpa got mad at my grandma for knitting the sweater for the white police officer's birthday.
Oh.
Even though his wife was the one that told my grandmother his favorite colors and his size. So his wife knew, because she was friends with my grandma, and she knew about this surprise birthday present, and she helped my grandma with the sizes and the colors.
Mom. Hold on a second. I have been letting her take her time, Aya. It seems like every time I make a move, one of you got something to say. We're having fun up here. She taking her time. She ain't got tossed up out of here. What's wrong with you?
Well, when my grandfather, the husband, the police officer, the white man across the street, gave my grandmother a thank you letter, like a thank you card, for his birthday present. And apparently my grandfather got extremely upset, even though my grandmother had made different
Let me
sweaters
ask you
for
this.
everybody.
Wait. Did he hit her? What did he do? What's the deal? Because I know this ain't just about no sweater.
Well, like I say, for all my different uncles and cousins and whatever, she had already made sweaters. My grandfather never had a problem with that. He had a problem with it because it was a police officer and he was a white man.
Oh, okay. I'm not
And
surprised by that.
yes.
Hold on a second. I
And
got somebody to cuss out real quick. Hold on a second. Get the fuck away from me. Do you understand? Don't bring your ass here ever again. Am I speaking good English to you, sir? Get the fuck away from here, Mr. I Love DZ. You don't ever have to come back here. Ever. You're getting creepy. You're cringy. You're full of shit. I can't stand you. Don't want you around me. Is that crystal fucking clear, bitch? Let me go ahead and ban your stupid ass. Because, honey, I'm not. I ain't going. That's getting creepy as fuck. Welcome to the panel, Almaz B. Good to see you. Almaz B, you on mute, baby. All right, I guess she can't hear me either. Lynn Watson, are you dusty? Lynn Watson, are you dusty?
No, I'm not a dusty dear. It's Maz to the max. How are you? You know what? God bless you. I don't know how you deal with all these crazies coming up on the stage. You know why they don't like, you know why they hate divested women so much, or women like me, never invested. You know why they hate you?
Why?
I don't know who's speaking, but that's not me.
No. I'm just speaking in general. I don't know. I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. So when you said my mic was muted, I just opened up the mic. So you know why all these crazies call you? Because they want to take your energy. They want to be you. They're just so afraid to take that step. They know they know it's fucked up out here. They know it's a shit log. They know it's I mean, I'm African. I live in the UK. I grew up in the UK and Israel, and I live in the States now. But it's fucked up. They know it is. They know it is. I come from a whole continent of shit. A whole continent of shit. And the other day, I was at a international symposium. It was on a Zoom, and this lawyer, who was a very well-known lawyer in Africa, was saying, "Oh, women like getting beat in Africa because it's a sign of them being loved."
Oh my God.
But I'm just dealing with a case last year where a woman got beat to death so bad when she found her husband to be cheating on her. He beat her unconscious, and when she woke up, he had pulled her eyes out.
Oh my God.
This is the shit that I deal with, and
Oh my
God.
So God bless you, divested zealot. Keep up the
Oh.
good work.
I
God
appreciate
bless
you.
for
I
what you
do,
do.
Hamas. You are fucking amazing. Okay? You're amazing. And I'm glad that you graced the stage up here. Like I say, I appreciate y'all just as much as you appreciate me.
I listen
And
to you. I tune into you all the time, but I've got, while I'm working, so it's just, I don't care what the naysayers say. I don't care. You've got idiots on this app saying Black femicide does not exist. It's utter bullshit. It seems like, okay, the more that you talk about divesting and the more that women are slowly leaving, and now it's becoming big waves because I see it on different social media platforms. There's a lot of more sites and women speaking on this. Be ready. Get if you live in a state where you can get your protection, get it, because you're walking down the street, men don't know if you're divested or not by just looking at you. They're just going to see a Black woman, and if you're doing well, they're automatically going to assume that you are. And I'm just afraid that the violence may have an uptick, because the more women are leaving, the more people, what do you call them, shitlogs, are going to be out with nothing.
yes.
So please, ladies, protect yourself at all costs.
They're going to have to, because it's getting to a point where you don't have a choice. We just saw a video where a lady was put in a damn headlock and just basically sexually assaulted in broad damn daylight. we're seeing a whole bunch of very disgusting shit, and they're not waiting until the the wee hours of the morning or late at night to do it. They doing this shit on your lunch break. And we got mammies out here just basically trying to downplay it by saying all men. So if you have a Black woman that's wanting to be in a relationship, you're saying all men to her as a scare tactic. That's all that is. Because when the bitch was mammying hard, her motherfucking ass sat up and had three, 4, 5 kids by niggas. But all of a sudden, now all men are bad. Now that she got her babies and got whatever life she living, she doesn't want you to be able to explore your options because she was too stupid as fuck to do so. So yeah, you have to protect yourself, and you have to steer clear of these mammies that's walking that tight rope so that they can get them goddamn shit log biscuits from these niggas. I didn't say all. If it don't apply, let it fly, ass bitches.
Well, how come they never do that shit for Black women? Well, I know you ain't like that. No, it's for all women. They don't compartmentalize Black women. They put you all in the same category. All of us.
That's
it doesn't matter.
DZ.
Yes. Yes,
Is
ma'am.
our man still up here?
Yes, ma'am.
Word on the curb is that Almaz, I don't have Clubhouse, I wasn't there, but word on the curb is that you in the past, or recently in the past, like within the last few months, had said that DZ and divestors was extreme. And I want to know, is that true or not? Because
No, I said that's not true because there were a couple of young ladies. Listen to me what I said. I said there were a couple of young ladies who are taking it to the extreme in the wrong direction. These were the same girls that had conservative atheists in his room and letting them call them niggers. And I'm like, that's not the extreme you need to be doing. All right. We know that other men are better, but you don't have to go into racist rooms and kiki and caca about calling you niggers.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to add because I heard the
There was
word
a
on
young
the
lady
street.
named Bullet in Clubhouse named. No, I'm in my rooms every day talking about DZ is needed, and people need to learn to discern. She comes with the facts. You can see the replays and the chats and everything. I don't care. I said what I said, but there are young ladies who don't have the emotional development at the time, and they took it to the extreme. And they was in this room with this dude named Conservative Atheist, and they were sitting there because I was there in my burner account, kikiing and kakan, letting this white man call them niggers. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I heard about an incident like that where they was just, letting some bullshit fly and coming in talking about, oh well, yeah, you can say that. You can that ain't it. That ain't it. You can't do that shit. That's off the chain.
Right. No.
Yeah, it's like this. You're gonna have to make sure you take a healing first and then go to another community, because if you're gonna take that type of nonsense to another community, you just gonna end up with a white powdered donut Dusty, period.
No, I never played both sides of the fence. I just said, look, you have to live your best life. You have to live your best life. You know?
Okay, I was just asking because every time I heard you, you always was talking some good shit, and I like hearing you talk. But I started hearing the shit, and I was like getting confused. I'm like, oh man, so I was like,
the only thing
ask her real quick.
about in my spaces is how to get money. I teach women how to buy properties through the tax liens. I talk about money. That's all I like to talk about.
I need to learn how to do that. I need to learn. I heard about it, but I don't know. Maybe it's because of where I'm at in Indiana. It's a long ass process, but I don't know. I need to learn about
not really. No.
Well, you need to let me know how I can get in contact with you so we can politic about that.
Yeah, and as far as me supporting CK, I had a long conversation with her, and I told her that is not how to operate. You don't do that. You got to stay on code. I was not supporting. I'm objective. I listen, and I give my opinion.
I appreciate your support. I do.
I give my opinions, but I say in my rooms every day how divested zealot is needed, and she is needed, and she needs to keep doing what she's doing.
Almaz, you got a email I can get in contact with you on?
Put it in the back chat, because I'm
in the back. I was just about to ask her if she could put it in the back chat.
Yeah. No. I listen to please leave. I listen to everyone, and I take everyone's opinion, but that doesn't mean that I support you. Just because I'm present, that doesn't mean I'm for or against. But I do like to listen. Go, babies.
Well, that's what's up. I appreciate you, Almaz. I really do. I've seen you around here for a minute. Make sure you put your contact information in the back chat so she can get it and get in contact with you about all that knowledge you got in your head, so folks
Yeah.
can get strapped and folks don't get got by the IRS, because them boys don't play. They don't play.
I know. I know. Yes, I am married to a man. He's a Jewish man, but he's from my culture. Yes, if you want to call him a grape, you're more than welcome to, but at least I'm a wealthy grape. And I'm, I understand. I know people have a problem with it. I know people have a problem with that, but it is what it is,
Well, I appreciate you, like I said. I
Okay.
don't know why the fuck this motherfucker. Let me
So,
go ahead and put this on here.
uh,
Sir, I don't want you over here. You are harassing me and you're harassing these ladies. Nobody called for any carjackings. Nobody's looking to be sexually assaulted. We don't keep money in the till. Okay. There's nothing for you to take from here. There are people here that have children, and I know how bad you guys hate children, right? There's job applications on different tabs, and I know how bad y'all hate jobs. There's nothing but Black women here that you guys hate to pieces. So why on earth, number one, is your name I Love DZ, and number two, why the fuck are you here? Why? And you just created another account because I banned that account. What the fuck is wrong with you? All of us want to keep our eyeballs. We're not on the market for somebody to chew our eyeballs out. We're not on the market to be asked what that mouth do. We don't want to hear any of that shit. I Love DZ. Okay. So let me go ahead and ban your ass again.
But wasn't he the same ninja talking about why you keep talking about Black women and all of this craziness? Well, I thought he was supposed to be presenting himself as the so-called unicorn.
Ain't no such thing, girl. Just like real unicorns don't exist, them goddamn unicorn niggas don't exist. Welcome to the panel, Chim Chim. How are you? Chim Chim on the DZ pause. Let me bring you back to the back then.
Fine.
Okay. What's up?
Oh, I was just wondering, I was on the edge of my seat with the lady that was telling the story. What did her grandma say?
We still don't.
I don't think she gonna be able to get to it, baby. I don't think
I
she
can. I can. I
Okay,
promise.
let's try it again, Indiana Mom. What did the grandma say?
Okay, well, Grandpa was so upset, about the sweater. They got into an argument. He chased my grandmother down into the basement, and he hit her in the head with an axe.
I knew it. I knew he assaulted her. How the fuck did I know he assaulted her?
My 19-year-old mother came home from college and searched the house looking for her mom, because normally there would be dinner, cooking, and activities going on, and my mom came home to an empty, what she thought was an empty house, and she found my grandmother in the basement and called her boyfriend, who happened to be my dad, and they got her upstairs and into a car into the emergency room. My grandmother was in a coma for 3 weeks. They didn't think she would make it, but she came out of it.
After
Yes.
that situation, you said that happened in the 60s, right?
Yes, 1963.
Okay. Did she ever tell you ladies, your sister and your mom, anybody that can hear her that was a Black woman, not to fuck around with nakers because I got hit in the head with a fucking axe? Did she say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Not to that extent. She let Crystal and I, my older sister and I, have that bond with our grandfather, but
the one that
at
hit
the same
her in
time,
the head with the axe?
yeah,
Oh
I'm
wow.
telling you,
Okay.
she had mammy tendencies. I'm
Wow.
sorry. But at the same time, I remember in, oh gosh, 1993, about 30 years later, because it was my senior year of college, my grandmother started dating a guy named Bill because they had been divorced long before that. And my grandmother started dating a guy named Bill. He was a white
Right.
guy. He was a white guy. He owned like a tow truck company or something.
Okay,
And
hold on, Indiana Mom, because I think that's gonna be another long one. So give me a second to get to Naya. Naya, welcome to the
all right,
panel. How are you?
Just wanted to oh hello, I just wanted to tell you guys about this show. I don't know if you saw it, but I was obsessed with it, and it's called The Courtship, and it's a
oh
leader.
yes, oh I
Did
love
y'all
that
see
show.
it? Yes, it's about
Yes,
this black woman, and she's on a reality TV show, but she's basically getting 19th century courted by multiple races of men, and already
oh
the black men on that show are so dusty.
no, you know what? My favorite guy is a long-haired blonde guy. Oh my god,
Oh my god, it's
I
so
love him.
I'm gonna get
everybody
y'all
has to
because
wear
y'all
suits
in
and
the chat,
ties.
y'all asked her to tell her story. Now I see y'all getting all tell her to hurry up, tell her to hurry up. Y'all gonna have to pick the fucking struggle. Y'all gonna have to pick a struggle. So whatever y'all hear from Indiana Mom, that's on y'all. Y'all not gonna put that shit on me because
Listen,
I tried to help you.
Okay,
I
do you want me to?
the Divested channel. I just want to let y'all know that y'all have to see this show and y'all have to dissect, watch. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh my
That's all I have
god,
to
it's
say.
such
Love
a
you,
good
ladies,
show.
and I'm gonna go, okay, because I have to go to work
Do your
tomorrow.
thing,
But I
baby.
love
Thank
you
you for
guys.
coming up, Naya.
All right, bye.
Bye. Welcome back, Lipstick. How are you?
Hi, DZ. I know you're about to hit your 2 hour ticker, but look, I tried to call back in when the lady called that said she had the sons. And I wanted to say, for a lot of Black women who are interested in divesting from Blackistan but still have minor sons, look, we're not judging you if you allow your son to be raised by his father.
Yep.
If that's an option, take it. Black men walk away from their children every single day.
Don't they? Don't they? And I know a lot of women that's doing that shit now. They're, dropping them off at the dad house around 12, 13 years old, because that's usually when they get real jiggy, real buck, and start feeling their goddamn self. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with letting that
Nothing
nigga
wrong.
raise that kid, because that's
Right.
his fucking kid too.
Exactly. And if he ain't around, drop him off at Granny and Nana house and never look back.
Period.
Amen.
Pound Mammy. Is this the same person? 2.0? Is this the sexy talking Mammy?
Hi. Wait, before you kick me off, please. Hello?
Say something, jackass. I'm listening.
Oh my goodness. I wanted to apologize. I actually did come on there to troll. I have been a part of your channel since October of 2020, and I absolutely love you.
Okay, I feel like you
And I know
trolling again.
I know
All
her
right.
ass is lying, DZ, talking
Yeah.
about you just came up in her recommendeds today and she clicked on it like, girl, bye, you been here before.
You can't listen to the show in the back and listen up here. And if you're rubbing your tits with the fucking microphone, please stop, because that's annoying as hell.
Yo, this is amazing. We truly have some. I don't even know what to call them because I don't want to use mental illness. We have some crazy motherfuckers in the
I'm telling you, these trick daddy ass women be off the chain, baby. They're off the proverbial chain.
They come out here naked, jiggling, doing all types of twerking. What the hell else? What is it that you want?
Are you listening in the background? Pound Mammy 2.0. I don't want to give you the Sparta flip flop. I'm just gonna, I'm waiting for you to grab your YouTube purse and just walk the fuck off.
I'm confused. I'm saying I'm a fan. And I was trying to apologize
but
because I came up to troll before, but none of what I was saying
Well,
was actually true.
usually when we're up here, we're talking about Black women getting to safety, and we're getting Black women away from Blackistan. And you chose to troll instead. I find that very, very interesting. You don't take Black women dying seriously?
Oh my God, I do. And that's
Oh.
why I was apologizing, because I did see after the matter that I what I did was not cool.
Really? Okay. Well, go to the back where the punishment section is. I ain't gonna give you the flip flop. Peace out, sis.
Okay, well, to finish off my grandmother, her I'm sorry, her boyfriend Bill, white guy, he was so good to her. He absolutely adored her. He pampered her. He loved her, and he made her feel really, really special, and he made us feel special too. And my sister and I had already liked white guys before then, but Bill was like the last nail in the coffin, you know, and yeah, and he when
Let me ask you this. Are you nervous?
no, when
Okay.
I got married, I had my dad and Bill give me away.
I appreciate you telling your story. Okay. I appreciate that. Is grandma still around, or is she?
No, she passed from COVID in 2020 in July.
Sorry, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I mean, when it hit, my sister and I, we kind of had a feeling with her health issues. She was in her 80s, or no, she's in her early 90s, and we kind of knew that it was we saw it coming.
Okay, Indiana mom,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you go ahead and email me so me and you can talk behind the scenes and that type of
Oh,
stuff.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure, I would
my
love
email.
to.
You got my email address?
No, I don't.
divestedzealot@gmail.com. Just
All
like that.
right.
Lynn.
Absolutely. I will.
Okay.
I will.
Lynn,
I love your show.
I love you too,
I
baby.
love your, oh my God. Like I said, I'm like an OG like you. So nobody has to convince me of anything. But I want to be here to give advice and support to the younger women.
Okay, you got to stop right there because I'm gonna start thinking you trolling too. So just
No,
chill out
I'm
for a
sorry.
second. Just chill out for a second. Lynn, did you get a chance to speak? Lynn, yes, she walked away. Tanasia, you gonna be the last person I let up here. How are you, and are you dusty?
Hi, I'm good. I'm not dusty. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I didn't want the phone to be breaking up. I just wanted to say really quickly, with Black men and these mammies always talking about how unfeminine Black women are and how unattractive we are. I was wondering why no one thought to say and voice their opinion that when I look at these white men, they are the epitome of masculine, and watching some of these police officers manhandle these Black men in the street is very attractive, and it's a turn on, and I'm wondering, does anybody else feel like that?
Hold on.
Yes, Lord.
Y'all off the chain, okay? Y'all are off the proverbial chain.
That's Discord talk.
I'm telling
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah, that's Discord talk.
I was like, why has nobody said that? Because I'm like, that's masculine. You talk about masculine.
We say that all the time in Discord, Tanasia.
You say that for the back.
Yeah, you have to save that one for the back room when we got the door closed. I can't with
And we
y'all.
use the hard R for long.
Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about, we say the hard R so hard it sounds like we growling back there around this bitch.
Oh, Tanasia, you got to come back there with us. Then you hear it.
Yeah, that's why the Chauvin video on Pornhub.
Somebody said, DZ, can you slow mod the chat? Don't drag me. I ain't gonna drag you, honey. I'm about done from here anyway. Next time I come on here, I'll put it on slow. I didn't know it was moving that fast. Remember, the people in the BWE say I'm old and bitter. And since I'm old and bitter, I forgot to put it on slow
We
mo.
see now. We're see now.
We're cartoon characters.
Can I say shout out to L earlier when you said, "Hey, Mez, word on the street is you was talking shit about divestment."
No, but you know what? I like Al Mad. So when I heard that shit, I'm like, let me rewind my mind on this shit and ask her, since she right here right now and we right here right now. Let me ask her, because I have a very good impression of her and I do like her. So I was just confused when I heard that shit. So I kind of wanted to clarify, because I was just curious,
Here we go. Here we go, y'all.
I was choking.
Go to
Emily,
sleep, Emily Dixon.
listen. We got us another troll, I think.
Ooh, the memory
Right?
grade is strong. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's busy back here tonight. Emily Dixon says we are not an independent group as Black women. We are extensions of Black men. Anything you say about Black men will apply to us under a system that looks at us as Black.
So I'm gonna drop so Emily can have my spot so she can come up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop Emily. I drop. You go ahead and hit the link. Goodbye, ladies.
And DZ, before you go forward, if you don't give her the spotted flip, I'm gonna be very hurt. I'm looking forward to it. But go ahead,
Emily. You need to click that link because what you said was completely out of order. I am not an extension of anybody. I am divested. I haven't hooked my wagon onto Black men. And it's unfortunate, Emily, that you did. Emily, that is so sad that you don't see a better life. The world is your oyster, my nigga. What is the matter with you mammies that are always hitching yourself to a sinking ship? Those men aren't going anywhere. And if you choose to stay with them, that's on you. I feel you. But why try to get a group of Black women that said, fuck that, to come back and drown with you? That's fucked up. I'm starting to think that you don't give a fuck about Black women because you paid to say this foolishness. You wanted everybody to know. You wanted your comment highlighted so that people can see that you're a stupid motherfucker. You don't have to be hooked to Black men. You don't. I'm not under a system. I'm up under my roof. Okay? Whatever I say goes in this bitch. Whatever I do is on me. Just like whatever Black men do is on them. Every time they do something, it's supposed to be a reflection of you. Do you have Black sons that you haven't divested from? What is your real deal? I'm going to have somebody put that fucking link down in that chat. Emily, since you had time, Miss Dixon, come up here and say what you got to say. I'm going to wait 5 motherfucking minutes because guess what? It's past my 2-hour mark. But I'll wait for you because you dead ass serious. Black women put their money where their mind is. And you clearly believe that Black men are we're an extension of Black men. No, the fuck I ain't. You may be, but no, the fuck I ain't. You better get yourself away from them or you're going to end up having me cover one of your stories. Okay? If you have children by them, it's a 77 to 78% chance, right, that you are going to raise that child alone if you have it with one of them. How dare you? Especially when all these channels out here talking about how stank your pussy is, how broke you are, how ugly you are, how you ain't worth the fuck, how you fat, all that shit. They saying that about you. And you over here telling me that we an extension of them. I'm not going. I hope this you in the back chat. No, I'm not Dusty. Are you Dusty?
No, I'm not Dusty. That's why I put it in there before you was going to ask it. I just wanted to get my point.
Who's this? Is this Emily?
Who is Emily? No, I'm not Emily.
Okay,
I want to remain anonymous, but no, I'm not.
Wait, though. Wait. That's just your name. I've had people come up here that their name is I Love DZ. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, that's just your name. Okay. What you got, baby?
No, I was taking notes, but I got confused with the chat. But anyway, I'm gonna send you an email about a suggestion I think you should do for your show, because I don't think a lot of Black women, or however they want to identify themselves, know what an actual mammy looks like.
Okay.
Like up close. I don't think they know it.
What do you think a mammy is?
Well, the aspect is I understand it, because I used to, when I listened to your panel before, I didn't like that term. I didn't like that term initially because as I viewed it, it was a derogatory term for Black women when they used to be during the plantation times. But I
Well,
do
you guys
also
are still
understand
hold
the
on a
term.
second. You gotta make sure
Okay.
that when we're you know when we're talking, we only talking one at a time. Now check it out. I mean for mammy to be derogatory towards these bitches that put these Black men's image above our lives. I mean it to be derogatory.
Right. I wrote the notes though, DZ, so I don't forget. I was getting ready to say that, but I said, as I understand it now, as Black women, we've been mammying for both of these men because we've created both of these men. So I get that point, and so I am saying what a fucking mammy looks like is really the mannerisms. When you attempt to give them the information that you said, is a certain mannerisms that a mammy will do. For instance, is an eye look, like their eyes will kind of roll over. There's a certain when you bring this information, so I just stopped doing it. I just stopped. I don't desire to get through to those particular ones, but it would be an interesting topic to dissect, like what are the mannerisms of them, because I don't think a lot of Black women realize that they are
Some of
or
them
accept
are
it.
there's a lot of ways to mammy. And tonight we were talking about when Black women weren't saying that Black men, when they were saying that Black men were wonderful, they didn't say anything about other men. But now that divestment has taken off, all of a sudden all men are bad. That's low calorie mammying. That's neo-mammyism. There's so many ways to mammy. If you're not putting Black women's safety and yourself first, you are mammying. Period.
Right. Right.
Especially if you doing it for the goddamn nigger.
And also, I just wanted, because I was going all over the place as I was just, the chat had me really inspired. But you did a live about psychopaths, and so technically these can I cuss on your panel, DZ, or you gonna get flagged?
You
They
just call them niggers. We know what you
these
mean.
mofos are just really so you did and it was really deep. So they really are they are psychopaths.
Yep.
So what do they do with motherfucking psychopaths? They put them in places where Hannibal Lecter and them mofos stay for
Well,
crazy mo effers. These people are crazy. So
yeah,
I don't understand. You did the characteristics of what a psychopath was.
yeah,
You
black
did. You
black
did a
black men
slide.
are. Can you hear me? I'm not Dusty.
It's a backlog. You tell us.
Okay. Yes, they are psychopaths. They fit the definition of psychopaths. And what does that make the mammies when they get in V formation up under that shit log? I think those mammies are also psychopaths as well. They're narcissists. They are delusional and all that good shit. So,
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna just lastly say this. These Negroids are the gun and the mammies are the ammunition. And you just better I don't know. But that's just it. It's good live, DZ.
I
As
appreciate
always.
you.
I love you. I appreciate you, girl.
I love you and appreciate you
Bye.
too. Bye. Let me go ahead and drag. Emily, I see you're not coming up, baby. And if I was you, I wouldn't come up here either. Because you know good and damn well you just gave these people some really, really bad advice. Emily, I think that you don't like Black women. I know for a fact that you don't like me because you decided to troll for no good goddamn reason. I don't know why you think it's funny to come over here with that bullshit, but y'all gonna learn today. And I ain't gonna be the one to teach you that part. I'm not gonna teach you that. Them niggas gonna show you. They're going to show you. It's almost as if you don't see that they've already shown you. Black women, you're not an extension of these niggas. You're not. They have made it clear that they don't feel like you're an extension of them either. So I don't know why Emily hasn't seen that. Emily, they told you that they don't want to have anything to do with you. You're forcing a relationship, a toxic one at that. I've never seen you over here. I don't know if you use different names. I don't motherfucking know. But you going down, sis. If you stay hooked to black men, you're gonna go down. I didn't even show, if you look at the screen, all the fucking videos I had queued up because the conversation was going so well. I didn't want to interrupt. But Emily, you're full of shit. I saw the ladies put the link in the chat. You didn't click it. You have nothing. There's nothing you can come up here and say that's going to refute any facts that's coming from the CDC, the FBI, your local law enforcement, or your cousin that's a baby mama. How about you try that on for size? How about you ask her how's it going on her third baby daddy? Y'all gonna get it. You're gonna get it. And I hope you get it sooner rather than later. Because, baby, this is a bad look. There's tons of channels out here where they'll agree with you and they'll say, hey, yeah, Emily, you're right. We are an extension of black men, but black men are bad. So we have to do this, this, and this. It's called fence sitting. Ain't shit fence sitter about over here. Done. Absolutely done. And hopefully you get it. But the good thing about divestment is whether you get it or not, that's not going to be my business. Everybody has their own personal choice and freedom. If you want to stay hooked to a group of men that does not like you, that leave you at baby mamas at 77%, that commit half the murders in this country, right? That fill up the jails and calls in the country to have to spend $50 billion a year just because they live, then that's on you, baby cakes. All right. I got some folks I got to talk to in Discord. So do your thing. Emily, knock it the fuck off, honey. It ain't cute. Bye. See y'all next time.
Bye.